Jerri Banks.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to Navigating the Future of Trucking and Transportation with me, your host, Jerri Banks. On this show, we talk about all things automation, all things autonomy, artificial intelligence, and new technology that's entering the industry. Not necessarily just the trucking industry, but aviation and railroad and the other industries that are affected by automation and autonomy and these new technologies. I share traditional truck driving jobs. These are jobs where we currently see the drivers in those positions and roles. I also share jobs in the autonomous sector. And these are jobs that I want you to think about as I share them, because this is where you can take your current skills as a professional and safe truck driver and combine them with new skills that you learn and eventually become a game changer for someone's company. And then lastly, on the learning lane. On the learning lane, I share actionable tips and tools that you can use and start honing in on right now to be able to upskill and reskill for the new future that our industry is moving into. So if you're new here, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are connected with me across all of my platforms. Most of my platforms, you'll see it's either Future of Trucking as it's here or Jerri Banks. Make sure you are connected with me. We have a very action-packed show today. I'm going to be talking about an upcoming webinar that one of the software developers for autonomous trucking is hosting. And I want to ensure that you are registered and tapped in. I'll be sharing a dollar store truck driving job. This is an opportunity for drivers that are looking to get on a dollar store account. I'll be sharing that as well. And then lastly, in the learning lane, I'm going to talk about your digital footprint and how it is so important to have a digital footprint in your career. We'll get started when I come back.
I'm Jerri Banks. Our agency focuses on driver recruitment and driver education. We focus on helping drivers and preparing them for the future of trucking and transportation as autonomous vehicles and automation enters the industry. Our goal is to ensure that you are equipped with the skills that you need to be successful in this new way of life. So make sure you connect with me across all of my platforms, Jerri Banks, Autonomous Trucking. I look forward to connecting with you.
Yes, make sure again that you are connected with me. And again, if you're new here, welcome. I'm here every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to help you prepare for the new future that our industry is moving into. If you are new here, let me know. If you're watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. I'd love to know that you're checking it out and drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from as well. First, I'd like to share with you guys Torque Robotics. Torque Robotics is a software development company. They are developing and driving the future of freight. I want to share their website here. Again, they are driving the future of freight. They are a self-driving truck technology company, an autonomous leader since 2007. 2007. And that's one of the things that I want you guys to see, that it's not a brand new thing. A lot of these companies, they've been developing this self-driving technology for quite a long time. We're just learning about it. We're just getting in on the back end. And so I want to make sure that you are aware. And why did I start this show? I started this show because I was constantly talking to my boys who are all in transportation in some form or fashion, whether it's aviation or warehouse and logistics or truck driving. I have a truck driver. And I was talking to them about adding new skills and building up their skill set because of automation and autonomy and artificial intelligence, and talking to them about things that they can do right now to get ready. And I said one day to myself, well, if I'm sharing this with them, I have this whole audience that I also need to share this information with as well. So you can be just as prepared as them. And so, again, we continuously just think that Tesla is the only company that has self driving technology. And it's so not the case. And I'm going to share some of the top ones that have their self driving technology that they're working on, and they're working to get it out on the roadways. And again, I'm not here to dispute or say it's not ready or anything like that. I'm here to make you aware of that it is here. It's not coming, it's here. And to make you aware of the educational opportunities that you need to be doing right now to get ready for it. So, where we're looking at here is the website for Torque Robotics. Their website is Torque, TORC.ai. And they say that they're driving the future of freight. So I want you to take a look at their website, take a look at what they're doing. They are partnered with Daimler Truck. That's who makes their trucks. And so they're hosting a webinar in the next few weeks, July 17th, Wednesday, July 17th. It's a webinar, and I've got the information here popped up on the screen. But they're going to be hosting this webinar for you. It's hosted by the VP of Product Safety and Release at their company. And it's Wednesday, July 17th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You need to be on this webinar. I will drop the link in the description box so that you can register, because you need to learn more about what they're doing in regards to the self-driving technology. They're going to be talking about their safety first approach to developing self-driving tech and autonomous trucks. They're going to be talking about their ADS software. They're going to be talking about how their main approach to safety is when it comes to launching self-driving technology and seeing these self-driving trucks on the road. So you need to be there. I attended one of their webinars about two months ago, maybe 3 months by now. My time just like runs together, but it may have been 3 months by now. But they were really informative as to some of the things that they were doing. They talked about their timeline, their release, and it was just interesting to learn more about what it is that they're doing in the industry. So again, staying knowledgeable. This is your industry. You have to stay knowledgeable as to what is going on in your industry. That's so important. Let me take a moment and say hello to Cassandra. Hello, Cassandra Lee. Hello. She says, live, hi, love you, Los Angeles. She's writing in from Los Angeles and watching from Los Angeles. Thank you so much, Cassie. I appreciate your comment. Look, let me know where you're tapping in from. I also would be remiss if I did not say hello to my Instagram family. They are on the live right over here, and they are just checking things out. As you guys know, I'm typically live on TikTok. So I was able to bring my Instagram family in. If you have not followed me or connected with me on LinkedIn, make sure you connect with me. The link is the handle is right here below. Look, my producer is amazing, y'all. She pops up those pictures and pops up my handles as soon as I say anything about it. She is like Johnny on the spot, and I absolutely love her. Y'all, give Sarah some love in the chat and in the comments. Give her some love. But make sure you're following me across all of my social media platforms so that you can stay in the know. One of the things that I tell my boys is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And if you allow someone to feed you, you also allow somebody to starve you. So you want to ensure that you're always staying ahead. You're always staying abreast of everything that's going on, because this is your industry. It's mine too, but it's yours. And that's why I'm here, because I want you to be ready for anything that comes your way. So I'll make sure that the link for the Torque Robotics webinar, again, it is a webinar, and they're going to be talking about safety and release. It is being hosted by the VP of Torque. He's the VP of Product Safety and Release. And so he's going to be deep diving into Torque's approach to safe autonomous truck launch, to a safe self-driving launch of autonomous trucks. So, again, they're going to be talking about their use cases. They're going to be talking about validation and release. These are all things that, if you're a project manager or a software developer, like, these are things that you would know. But it doesn't matter. You still need to be in the room. You still need to be in the room, because this is your industry, and you never know what pathway you might take. Software development may be in your future. You never know. And so I definitely think it's really important for you to be in the room and understanding what is going on. The other company that I want to talk about and introduce you to is Kodiak Robotics. We got Torque Robotics, we got Kodiak Robotics. Everybody that's building this self-driving tech is in some way or form either a .ai or a robotics. And it's because AI is driving this self-driving technology. So I have Torque on the screen here. I'm sorry, I keep saying Torque. I have Kodiak on the screen. And Kodiak, they have the technology, right? So it's the self-driving tech, and they're incorporating it into trucks, which is what Kodiak's doing. They're putting it in trucks, as in like the F-150s and the trucks that we drive, as civilians drive. They're incorporating their self-driving technology in military equipment. And they're also incorporating their self-driving technology in semi-trucks. So semi-trucks, military equipment, and civilian vehicles. All the self-driving technology is going into these types of equipment. And so again, I have their website up here. It's Kodiak.ai. Take a look, take a browse, make sure that you are, again, abreast of what's going on. They've been testing and deploying self-driving trucks and self-driving technology since 2018. 2018, that's 6 years that they've been testing and they've been deploying. And you have only been hearing about Tesla. So that's why it's so important for me to be here. And that's why it's so important for me to share this information with you. Now, moving along, we have Aurora. Aurora, their website is Aurora, AURORA.tech. And Aurora is a Pittsburgh-based company. They are incorporating self-driving technology in semi-trucks. And just like Kodiak, they're not putting it in civilian trucks. They have their software in civilian cars. So a lot of these companies are in the state of Texas. So if you live in Texas, like, for example, Aurora, they're a Pittsburgh-based, but they have a major operation in Palmer, Texas. If you are in Texas, know that you are driving next to an autonomous semi-truck. You're driving next to an autonomous semi-truck. Now, when I say autonomous, I mean self-driving. That means the truck is driving by itself. At this moment, there is a safety driver, or what they're calling a human operator. They're using words like human now, or pilot, or operator. You're no longer going to be considered a driver. And so that's so important for you to know that role is shifting. Things are changing in your role. And it's very important that you stay knowledgeable. It's very important that you educate yourself, because what these companies need, and I want you to write this down, because I want you to remember this and keep this, put it in your pocket and keep it in there. What these companies need are experts. because the software developers cannot, um, they don't know about driving. If you've been a driver for any length of time, driving an 80,000-ton missile down a freeway, that's something that a software engineer cannot fathom, right? So they need your expertise. They need your research, to help them understand. And so, however, here's the thing, a lot of these companies that are looking for consultants and advisors and researchers and things like that, they're wanting an associate's degree, some type of certification, or a bachelor's degree. So, my advice to you, if you're thinking ever about consulting some of these companies or being an advisor or a researcher, you want to have some type of certificate in autonomous technology, in software development. You want to have some type of certificate or an associate, an AAS, an associate's degree, or even a bachelor's degree. We're starting to see more and more community colleges and universities incorporate autonomous technology in their programs. I know that San Jacinto College, it's one that I talked about a couple of weeks ago. They have an autonomous technology certification that you can get, right? So think about it. You're a truck driver and you got an autonomous technology certification. That is powerful. That is powerful. That is over $100 to $200,000 a year because of the value that it brings to this new technology that they're implementing and deploying across the U.S. So again, my encouragement to you is to seek out these learning opportunities, seek out these ways that you can develop yourself and start right now. So when you're delivering that load in the evening, and you have dropped off your load, you're getting ready to go to the next one, but you got your 10-hour break and you resting, and instead of scrolling on TikTok like I do, okay, at nighttime, and it's 2 a.m. and then I get that message and it says, hey, you've been scrolling too long. Look for opportunities to learn. Look for opportunities to grow, because you can be taking online classes in the cab of that truck. You could be leveling up and preparing yourself in the cab of that truck, because they need you. They need you now more than ever, right? So be thinking about those opportunities where you can learn and develop and level up. So again, just to recap on those three companies: Torque Robotics, Kodiak Robotics, and Aurora AI. These are all companies that are the leaders. And there's a couple of more. I'll talk about Gaddick tomorrow. I'll talk about Waybe tomorrow. There's more companies that are out there and doing, changing the game in this self-driving world that we're moving into. And I always like to share my experience in the self-driving world. It was and I don't know if Sarah got it. I'll share it when we come back. My Waymo experience. So I got to ride in a self-driving car. It was a Waymo car, and when we come back, I'll see if I can share that. But I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was on an aviation consulting trip. And I knew Waymo was there because I'm in these self-driving streets. I know where the self-driving cars are, where the self-driving trucks are. Um, and so I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and they have a Waymo. Waymo has a huge a setup there, and they are operating self-driving cars all over the city. And so when we travel with aviation, I typically take an Uber. I don't rent a car. We Uber pretty much everywhere, to the airport, to our client meetings, wherever we're going, we Uber. And so I took about, maybe after like the fifth Uber, we had went downtown. We were going downtown to eat. And so I took a Waymo self-driving ride. And with Waymo, you have to set it up on their app. They have an app just like a Uber. They have an app, and you have to set it up. And then when they pick you up, they you have to use the app to unlock the car. Right. You have to, they unlock the car for you, unlock the car on your app. There's nobody else that's going to unlock the car for you. And so I want to share this, and let me see if it's up. Oh, it is up. Let me show y'all. And if you're on my TikTok, it's right there on TikTok. You can go take a look at it there as well. Let's see here. Let me get out the way so I can share this Waymo video.
Would you ever ride in a self-driving car? I did, and it was exciting. It was a Waymo Jaguar, and it was very similar to setting up an Uber. The biggest thing I can say about this car is its safety. It wouldn't leave until I was buckled up. And then on the screen, I got to see cars that were next to us, on the side of us, and in front of us. This was exciting. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments.
Yeah, look, y'all caught me talking to Instagram. Y'all caught me talking to Instagram. So, how did you like the Waymo ride? That was my experience in a self-driving car. It was different. It was an I-Pace Jaguar. They don't have no little, rinky-dink cars. They have a Jaguar. And so I think it was maybe like $7 or $8, and we rode for about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, to the restaurant. But it was different, and I had to buckle up before, as soon as I got in. There was a display where you could, pick your music. You can actually see the screen, so I could see cars on each side of us and in the front of us, and I could actually see like the people as we were riding by. I could see like the people taking pictures and things like that, because you can tell, like if you saw in the video, you can tell it's got like the things on the top and the radars on the side and the sensors and the LiDAR. And these are the exact same concept that they use in the self-driving semi trucks. Exact same concept. So Waymo is in San Francisco, all over San Francisco now, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Austin, and last I heard they were looking into going into Atlanta. So if you live in any of those cities, look for Waymo. It's a white car, and it's got all the bells and whistles, and you can download the app and take you a ride to wherever you want to go. Now, I know in Phoenix when I was there, they weren't riding on the freeways. They were only riding, on the side streets and, in the streets of downtown and things like that. So that was a different experience. It was an experience, and I'm all about experiences. So make sure that you check it out if it ever comes to your city, or if it's ever in a city that you travel to. All right, when we come back, I'm going to talk about the traditional truck driving opportunity that I have. And I want to talk about some desirable skills that some of these companies are looking for in the future of trucking and transportation. I'll be right back.
When it comes to autonomous trucks entering the trucking and transportation industry, up until now, you've only heard bits and pieces, news here, news there. There's been no centralized place for you to learn about autonomous trucks. Join me every Wednesday and Thursday and Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time as I share information, news, and education on how you can stay prepared for autonomous trucks and autonomy entering the trucking and transportation industry.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, I am Jerri Banks, and this is Navigating the Future of Trucking and Transportation. I'm here every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure that you are connected with me. Make sure that you follow me across all of my social media platforms where I talk about the future of trucking. I share actionable tips that you can use to excel and develop your career. But also, I'm talking about whether you can open your business, develop your business, different things like that on some of my other platforms, and your digital footprint. I think that is so, so very important. And in the learning lane, I'm going to talk all about your digital footprint. Now, I want to share and talk about a position that is currently open in Joliet, Illinois. So, if you're interested in this position, I'm going to have the number at the bottom of the screen. Make sure that you text the girls or call the girls. They're standing by if this is a position that might interest you. The number is 832 572 5277. Again, the girls are standing by if this position sounds like something you might be interested in. Now, what is the position? It is the position that I like to say that y- America turns to. It's the store, it's a dedicated account. It's the stores that America turns to when the economy is down, when inflation is high. America turns to dollar stores. We turn to Dollar Tree, we turn to Family Dollar, we turn to what's the other one? Dollar General. Dollar General, if you're in rural America, Dollar General is everywhere. And so, what the store that we have, the dedicated account that we have delivering to and that is hiring drivers actively is a dedicated Dollar Tree. It's the green one. And drivers are home every week for a 34-hour reset. Now, let me tell you about Dollar Trees. And my son is on a Dollar Tree right now, and he actively has to unload the truck. And that's why and I'll see if I can find a video of him unloading the truck. But that's why I say that you have to be one who is willing to not just drive, but get out and actually physically unload the truck, because those trucks typically have about 3,000 boxes that you are unloading, and you have to be physically fit. So you're at the top in the front in the trailer of the truck, and you have rollers and they're going down, and somebody from the store is at the bottom, and they are taking those pieces off and they are putting them inside the back of the store. So if you've ever seen those carts and they got all those boxes, you're in Dollar Tree, they've got all those boxes. One of the drivers has helped to get that there and help to unload that truck. So Dollar Store in Joliet. Now they have $1,000 sign-on bonus on this particular position. This position is it is so let me tell you a little bit about the sign-on bonus, because I always share this, and I'll link my video where I talk about sign-on bonuses because I think it's so important, especially new drivers coming into the industry. You'll see these billboards and you'll see all of these advertisements on Indeed and all these things that say, oh, you're going to get a $10,000 sign-on bonus, or you're going to get a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Well, the key is to understand how they break that sign-on bonus down. That's the key. And some companies will break it down over 2 years, 3 years, a year. It just varies on that particular company, how they break it down. So this position is broken down where they'll give you $500 after you pull your first load. So it's a total of 1,000. So you're gonna get the first 5,000, first 500, not 5,000. Okay, first 500 as soon as you pull your first load. So typically you'll start orientation either on Monday or Wednesday. And then after orientation, on that third day, you get assigned your truck, you get assigned your load, and you're off to the races with your load and your truck, and you're loaded up and you're ready to go. After you've pulled that load, that's when you're eligible for that first infusion of cash. So, for example, if you were out of work, this is a great opportunity. This is you're going to get that $100 for each day of orientation, so that's 300, and then you're going to get 500 for the 500 for that sign-on bonus. And typically, I'm just going to be honest, when companies offer a sign-on bonus, it's an account that they're having a hard time filling. In anytime you see a sign-on bonus, just know it's typically an account that they're having a hard time filling. So they do those cash infusions to get and entice individuals over there. So I think it's a great opportunity. You get your $500 after you pull that first load. You get another $500 after 30 days. And also with this company, after 30 days, you get insurance as well. So with the dollar stores, you're typically home for a 34-hour reset, and that's a day and a half, not necessarily over the weekend. Not necessarily over the weekend. Your days off on a dollar store are determined by the store schedule or the staff schedule. So if they're overstaffed during the week and they got a lot of people that can help you unload that truck, you probably will be working during the week. And if they're understaffed on the weekend and they don't have enough people to help out, to help you unload, then you probably won't be going there on the weekend. So it just varies, and it's store by store, case by case situation. But I'm going to tag and link my video about dollar stores because I did a video a couple years ago, and dollar stores are timeless, right? It doesn't change. You got to be a good backer. You got to know how to back into those small spaces. So think about it. Dollar stores, think about the dollar store near you, the Dollar Tree particularly, or the Family Dollar particularly near you. Not necessarily Family Dollar because they're not necessarily always connected to a shopping center. But Dollar Tree, the most of the ones that I know, they're connected to a strip center. And it's normally a busy strip center and they're on a busy roadway. So you have to stop, you have to pull in, you have to back in. So you have to be a great backer and be able to back in those really small spaces. You have to be able to maneuver, and you have to be willing to unload the trailer. That's the biggest thing. And the reason why my son likes the Dollar Tree is because he is like unloading. He says it breaks up the monotony of sitting and driving all day. He wants to be moving, and he even got a little belly too. I told him you can't wait out there eating all that fast food and not. So that's when he went over to the dollar store. He's only been in the dollar store maybe about 4 months now, but he absolutely loves it. So, a dollar store on this particular account, I think it's a great opportunity for you if it's something that you are interested in. Um, you can, on average, make anywhere from $1,400 to $1,600 a week. Now, this is the dollar store in Joliet. The one in I do have one in Warrensburg, Missouri. If you're in that area, in the Missouri, Kansas, little bit of Iowa, I do have a Dollar Tree in that area, and that one, those drivers average $2,000 a week gross. They have to run 1,800 miles and drop 4 loads. So you're going to get a good 3 to 4 loads. 3 to 4 loads. When I say loads, I mean trailers. You're going to unload at least 3 to 4 trailers on a dollar store account. I also have a dollar store in the Kentucky area. And this one also has a sign-on bonus as well. It's the $1,000 where you get 500 after you pull your first load, and you get another 500 after 30 days. So this is a good one. This was in Kentucky and Tennessee area. So look, dollar stores are popping right now. And then I got another one in Front Royal, Virginia as well. So dollar stores, remember, I and the rest of America will shop at dollar store. We'll leave Walmart. We'll leave Target. We'll shop at dollar stores when when we're on a tight budget, when things are tight in the house, when the inflation is up, and I can go buy, a low cost items and low cost things. And so that's why we're seeing more opportunities on dollar stores. So you're going to see me and hear me talk more about dollar stores because I think it's important that you know what's out there. So you will need at least 3 months of experience for any of the positions that I've talked about. You will need to be able to pass a hair and a urine drug screen. Let me say that again. You will need to be able to pass a hair and a urine drug screen with any of the companies that we have for dollar stores. They do hair and they do urine. They want a drug-free workplace. You will also need to have a good driving record. And from a background perspective, it's on a case by case basis. So that's something that we can look at and we can talk about with you. The girls are standing by. So call or text Dollar Tree to 832-572-5277. We want to see if we can get you processed. We want to see if we can get you approved and set up for orientation. What's today? Today's Wednesday. You can start after the holiday. You can start on Monday, right? So I have orientation on Monday. I have orientation on Wednesday. It's a 3-day orientation. By day 3, you've done with your road test. You're done with all the paperwork. You're done with your drug testing. You are ready to get in the truck and you're ready to go, right? And tapping into that $500 cash infusion as soon as you pull your first load. So again, if this sounds like something that interests you, make sure that you text the girls. I know Carlotta's standing by and Julie's standing by. Text Dollar Tree to 832-572-5277. We'd love to see if we can get you moving. Now, when we come back, I'm going to um, we'll move right into the learning lane because I want to talk about your digital footprint and what that is, and why it's important, and what you need to be doing right now to get your digital footprint in order. I'll be right back.
I'm Jerri Banks. Our agency focuses on driver recruitment and driver education. We focus on helping drivers and preparing them for the future of trucking and transportation as autonomous vehicles and automation enters the industry. Our goal is to ensure that you are equipped with the skills that you need to be successful in this new way of life. So make sure you connect with me across all of my platforms. Jerri Banks, Autonomous Trucking. I look forward to connecting with you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Look, before I move into the learning lane, I want to remind you of an ebook that I have. It's called Preparing You for the Future of Transportation. And it talks about self driving trucks and the trucks that are already on the roads, the lanes that they run. The top 5 self driving trucking companies out there is not just Tesla. The link is going to be in my bio. I want you to make sure you download that and learn about what's going on in your industry, what's going on in your city, what's going on in our nation, so that you can get a good idea and a head start on preparing yourself, your family, your career, everything in regards to those self-driving trucks that are coming out on the roadways. So make sure you download the ebook. Look, my producer got it right here. Download the free ebook. It is right there. It's called Preparing You for Autonomous Trucking, Preparing You for the Future of Trucking and What is to Come. That's the show. Preparing you for this industry and AI and automation and autonomy, because we're seeing it evolve very, very, very quickly. So, and again, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, and hello to all my friends on my Instagram platform. Make sure that you are connected with me. Make sure you subscribe to all of my platforms. Um, I'm everywhere. I'm all over I'm Googleable. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. On the learning lane, I'm going to talk about being findable, being Googleable, and how important it is, because when you're filling out an application, when you're starting a new business, they're going to look you up. They're going to look you up and they're going to want to see what type of person you are. Are you a good fit for their culture? Are you a good fit for their organization? And so that's why I think the digital footprint is so important. And I'll share the link to an ebook. If you are a business owner, it's more important that you prepare your digital footprint and you have a solid digital footprint out there, because when you're passing out your business cards and when you're sharing your brochures, as soon as you walk away, they're going to go see who you are. They're going to look you up on social media. They're going to look your website up or your store up, whatever the case may be. And so you want to have a professional image online. You want to have a professional image for your business. And so let's move right into the learning lane. In the learning lane is where I share actionable tips, and I'm going to share just 3. I'm going to share 3 actionable tips that you can use and you can start building right now to get your digital footprint ready. And so, what is a digital footprint? The digital footprint is the online presence. It's kind of like footprints in the sand, is what I say. And so the footprints in the sand are the little tracks that you leave um, online. They're the tracks that you leave online, and it could be positive, which is what you want, or it could be negative, depending on what you're posting and what you're sharing and the information that you're providing. So it's important that you have a positive digital footprint, especially if you're wanting to portray yourself and put yourself out there as the expert in a field, as the expert in a topic. You want to ensure that your digital footprint is very positive and it's very professional because you are being judged by what you put out there. And so your digital footprint is probably the most important thing for your career and for your business. And if you're an organization or a very large company, seeing having your consumers and people that want to purchase from you or want to work with you, having that solid digital footprint is so important as well. And so that is why I share information about your digital footprint. Um, I've done a lot to build my business's digital footprint, but also my personal digital footprint. So you can go and search me online. You can search my business online, Life on the Road Recruiting. We're there and we're Googleable. And that's so important for me. And why? I want you to think about that. Think about the level of professionalism that you are portraying online. Think about drop it in the comments. Tell me, have you even thought about digital footprint? Did you know what a digital footprint is? Your digital footprint helps to build trust. It helps to establish credibility, and it helps to separate you from everybody else that's out there that does not have a solid digital footprint. And so to build your digital footprint, you want to have a social media presence. You want to create a personal website or a personal blog. Why a personal website? Why a personal blog? Because it can serve as like this hub for your professional online presence. When I first left corporate America and I was not sure which direction I was going to be going, um, whether it was going to be more aviation or whether it was going to be, I didn't know. I was actually, when I left corporate America, I was just focused on my husband and I's um, basketball youth organization and program. It was a nonprofit that we have, and we teach community service and teach compassion and help the kids out there in the city. And that was all I was focusing on. But then I got serious about like what I wanted to do and where I was going. And so I started working on my personal brand and my personal website and building my social media platforms to share information and knowledge about what I've learned and things like that over the years. And so building that presence is what that does. And so if you're doing a website, you want to include your resume. You want to include, what you've accomplished, your accomplishments, what credentials you've acquired over the years. Set yourself as the expert. I talked to you guys a little bit earlier about opportunities where some of these self-driving technology companies need advisors and consultants, and to help with to help the researchers. Having that personal blog, having that resume, having that personal website or that contact page, all that sets you apart from everybody else. From everybody else. And so, another thing that I want you to do, number 2, is engage on social media. And when I say engage on social media, I'm not just talking about, the dance parties and the jams and all the things. I'm talking about engage on industry topics. industries where you're related to. If you're in trucking, engage on the trucking posts. Go to the groups and follow industry leaders. If you're in aviation, engage on those aviation posts. Because what's going to happen is when you provide a comment that is thoughtful, that is showing you as an expert, showing you as a leader, the first thing that that person's going to do, and I do it all the time, the first thing that that person's going to do is they're going to go look you up. They're going to be like, oh, that was a great comment. Who is that? Let me go look more about them. Let me go see what I can learn about them. And that is your digital footprint. That person going and stalking and going through your page and liking every single thing that you posted, that is your digital footprint. And so where you can do that and where you can build is your LinkedIn platform. Your LinkedIn platform is where there is a professional appearance. There is a professional online presence. That is where you can set yourself apart, and that is where you can build credibility and visibility to yourself. So that digital footprint is by far one of the most important things that you're going to need in the future of trucking and transportation. And so the last thing that I'll tell you about and share with you in the learning lane is to stay updated. Stay updated, educate yourself, because the industry is constantly evolving. And it's not just transportation, healthcare is evolving. Railroad is evolving. Like, so many industries are changing. Aviation is evolving. So many things are changing, and it's up to you to educate yourself, to stay ahead. You need to go and subscribe to all these industry newsletters. You need to attend webinars. I talked about a webinar at the beginning of the show that I want you to register for and attend. I'll make sure the link's here in the comments. And you need to stay abreast of everything that's going on in the industry, no matter what industry you're in. I want to thank you so much for being here. This has been an amazing show. We covered some of the top self-driving technology companies. Remember, Tesla isn't the only one that's out there making self-driving trucks. Okay? More companies are doing it. And I talked about them at the beginning of the show. And I want you to make sure that you go back and you take a look at those companies so you can learn about them, learn about the lanes that they operate on, how much their footprint in the state of Texas and in the South is steadily growing. I want you to register for that webinar that I talked about so that you can attend. And again, I'll have the link here in the description box. And if that job that I talked about, that dollar store opportunity, if that's something that interests you, I want you to make sure you text the girls. And the number is 832-572-5277. Text or call and text the word Dollar Tree. And the girls are standing by to help you. Now, I'm so glad that you're here today. Make sure that you drop a note in the comments to let me know you watched. If you caught the replay, I'd love to be able to know that. And look, y'all, let me give another shout out to my producer, Sarah. Sarah is back here dropping the amazing gems. She's got the digital footprint book right here. So make sure, if you have not downloaded the digital footprint book, it's all about why you need a digital footprint, how you build your digital footprint, and why it's so important to have those little footprints in the sand spread across the entire digital networks and online networks. That is so important. So make sure you get the book. We'll put the link here if you haven't already gotten the digital footprint book. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Again, I'm Jerri Banks, and this is Navigating the Future of Trucking and Transportation. Make sure you subscribe and are connected with me across all of my platforms. Bye now.